Thicker fog.
there's been a lot of stuff flying around with regards to the series. The censorship is the one thing, and then there's the whole sort of reception to its general premise, right? Which is again like, oh, gender bender, like creepy. Oh, why would you want to create a series about this weird, like, being a girl and doing weird, embarrassing shit or whatever? Like, there was
Because
that
it's
fuss, right?
funny.
Um,
Because it's
what
funny.
is your reaction to that? It's like
That's
that.
why.
That's like there's a lot of that. Like,
Literally,
you know what I'm
touch
talking about,
grass.
right?
I mean, just like literally touch grass. Like, I don't know what the fuck else to say. Like, if this was a series that was like over the top, like in your face with like overly lewd shit, and it was only about that, like that's all it was, I would somewhat agree. I would be like, yeah, like, like who gives a shit? Like, of course we were gonna get one of these. But I think the series itself, like when you watch it, like it kind of speaks for itself with those things. Like it really takes you off guard, like in a lot of ways. Where you'll watch it and you'll be thinking 99% of the time, why is this series like so wholesome? Like what is going on here? Like why is this series like have being really genuine with a lot of these things? Like this isn't what it's supposed to be. This is supposed to be
Yeah,
like boobs,
yeah.
and it's
It's
not.
like yeah, and I think it's very unfortunate because there's so much of that judging based on the cover, and even when people, it's like how I said for at the beginning of Spy Classroom, right? I like consciously said both to myself going in and during the review, I said I have this bias because when I'm going in, this freaking looks like Eminence and Shadow to me, right? It's like it looks like shit. It's shit. So I had this negative bias coming in, and obviously, the other stuff like Princess Principal and Akuma and Riddle, I had this bias, and I think a lot of people coming into this series, a lot of less reasonable anime watchers have a bias coming into this series that unfortunately they do not want to admit, or they are not consciously uh they have not consciously acknowledged yet, right? And they're just like, oh, weird gender bender girl turning into or boy turning into girl stuff. That's creepy, bro. Without really taking in what the series is as a whole, I think. And, that's, I think, to their detriment because, again, both the audio visuals and the general story that is being told by the series is actually pretty good.